Ilia Topuria has finally opened up about his separation from his wife. The two recently agreed on custody arrangements for their daughter, while the divorce process continues. In an interview yesterday, Topuria said, "It was a disappointment in my life. Yes, I would say. Of course it was a disappointment. No one wants to break up with their family, especially when you have a daughter at home."
Можно назвать это каким-то главным разочарованием в жизни?
It was a disappointment in my life.
Да, я бы сказал, конечно, это было разочарованием. Никто не хочет расставаться со своей семьей, особенно когда у вас дома маленькая дочь.
Dricus du Plessis thinks Sean Strickland has a good chance of beating Khamzat Chimaev. In an interview with South African Boxing Talk, Dricus said the Strickland fight, "I faced Strickland. In the striking, he definitely beats Khamzat for sure. Khamzat is a problem to deal with when he has your back. We've seen that many times. With Strickland, what he does brilliantly. I think I took Strickland down 7 times. The way he gets up, to hold him down is incredibly hard. Strickland is a lot stronger than people might think. I think he has a very good chance in that fight." Daniel Cormier thinks the UFC will need extra security for Khamzat Chimaev versus Sean Strickland.
Do you think we'll need extra security for Chimaev versus Strickland? Absolutely. I gotta be honest. I don't know if I trust those two enough to put them together before the fight, because I think they might start fighting. They seem to hate each other and despise each other, and those things are what fights are built on. Those are the things that fights are built on, is bad blood, heat, a true dislike for someone. Sean don't necessarily like anybody, which makes him as fun as anyone to watch. But Khamzat just wants to smash people. Smash. Beat them up, take them down, overwhelm them to the point that they can't do anything.
DC also reveals that he heard Khamzat is going all out for this training camp and literally paying people to try to submit him.
I have heard stories out of the Chimaev camp that Chimaev is training so hard and putting it on guys, elite level guys, like nothing you've ever seen before. I have heard Khamzat Chimaev wants people to go so hard with him to try to beat him and submit him and do. He's paying him. He doesn't care. I got some guys in the gym, at my gym, that know people there. They're like, man, this dude, if somebody can submit him, there's like money. Wait, the Saints got in trouble for bounty gate. Khamzat's putting a bounty on himself to make guys give him all that they have. This dude, it's different.
After UFC 326, Dana White said he wasn't happy with Arman Tsarukyan for several reasons. Just a week earlier, Arman got into a brawl with Giorgio Poulos and his team after punching Giorgio in the face following their wrestling match. On the Jackson podcast with Michael Bisping, Arman acknowledged that he needs to start behaving better, even outside of the UFC.
And then we heard you say that Hunter and the UFC likes what you're doing. Do you think they love how active you're staying? Do you think that this is making your character for the UFC bigger? You think you're doing a good job?
I think so. Just last week was a little bit over-controlled that I punched. It was not that right. But like...
Yeah, but you're staying in the public eye, which is what a lot of people try and do just by sending tweets and talking a little bit of You're actually out there doing physical stuff. You're wrestling, you're doing all the other things.
Maybe they just see like how I punch, but they didn't see all wrestling. On all wrestling, he hit me like 20 times, but like I'm a fighter. How you can hit fighter like?
Yeah, I really, I mean, far be it from me to speak for the UFC, but I don't think they're going to care that much. You got to remember, Dana has been running the UFC since 2001. Is it? They've seen a lot of. And Dana, I don't. Again, I can't speak for him, but I don't think they. You know, there's nothing they haven't seen at this point.
I gotta be good boy now.
Yeah, you gotta try.
Yeah,
just try a little bit, keep it in line.
So I'm in the real life, I'm a good boy, but once in the fighting,
come on, don't lie.
In the real life, yeah, I'm a good boy. In the
I
fighting,
saw him being a good little boy once. I saw him and his dad. I was out shopping in Dubai.
Oh, really?
I saw him in the store. He was being all nice and
he's a great dude.
Ray Longo called out Jon Anik for saying Dana White wasn't unhappy with the BMF title fight between Charles Oliveira and Max Holloway, only for Dana to come out a few days later and say the fight actually wasn't good.
I don't think Dana's nearly as put off as some other people with what we saw Saturday night. I think you're a little off on that.
Oh, I think you're off.
3 days later.
There were certain fights you saw that you're like, it's impossible for this not to be good. And then the BMF title happened, last week. But
that's great.
You're out of order. You're out of order. John, you can't handle the truth. That's the problem.
It is crazy to me as someone who came from boxing, right? That like I forget my role with the company, Kenny, that I'm sort of some grappling apologist and defender. I am being truthful to my word, right? I'm a man of veracity. I swear to God, when I'm watching Charles, maybe because I'm on the base of the octagon, does my call not reflect that I'm captivated? I'm not doing that for the company.
No, John. But I'm saying, listen, those guys got one thing that they had going for them. Dana likes both of them.
Alexander Volkanovski thinks Charles Oliveira should defend the BMF title against Dan Hooker next.
I mean, there's some bad blood between Dan Hooker and Charles. They don't like each other. Dan Hooker's obviously, he's probably, with everything that's going on as well, fighting whoever, whenever, always in for a scrap. Doesn't mind a bit of a trash talk. I mean, that's sort of the style, right? I can see them two maybe going at it. That could be a fight for the BMF. If there are more fights, that could be it. I just don't know. Again, I don't know because I don't know how much longer it was gonna be around for. But with that,
it'd be a shame if they did fight, and it was like the fight that just happened.
Technical and all that. So again, it's just like, all right, well, if we're just fighting to win, try and win the world title. Does that make sense?
Israel Adesanya released footage of him training with Robert Whittaker as he prepares to face Joe Pyfer at UFC Seattle.
Get up here.
Cory Sandhagen shared his take on why Sean O'Malley is fighting Amin Zahabi on the White House card instead of him. Cory said he believes Sean tends to take low-risk, high-reward fights. He also suggested that if Sean loses to Zahabi, he's going to retire.
Your reaction to seeing Sean O'Malley get the fight with Amin Zahabi, because I think a lot of people felt like the stars were going to align and this fight was finally going to happen because we've been wanting to see it for years.
Yeah, I mean, it sucks. I mean, I've been calling for O'Malley for a really long time. It's kind of exhausting, like I just don't even really, I don't think that the dude's ever going to fight me. I think that even in this next run of things, I think that if he doesn't get if he doesn't win this fight, I think he'll retire. I think if he doesn't have another title shot run or get to fight for the belt again, I think he's going to retire. The whole, I was never offered Cory Sandhagen thing, that's not how it works with a guy like Sean O'Malley. Sean O'Malley gets asked, hey, man, what are you thinking next? And he says. And any other answer other than Cory Sandhagen to me is just a cop-out punk move. I think that me and him was the guy to make, and it's in my opinion on him that it wasn't made. So sucks for the fans. I'm bummed for everyone too. I wanted to fight him, and I wanted people to be excited about me and him fighting, which they would have been, and it just sucks.
I think I know the answer to this, but I'm going to ask anyways. Why do you think he doesn't want to fight you?
I think I'm a tough fight for him, man. Sean's whole thing is keeping space and being long and fighting from the outside, and against me, he won't be able to do that. And that's just, Sean's really good at low risk, high reward types of matches, which is kind of a shame because I don't think that really speaks to people and the fans as much as big risks. I remember I was probably the biggest fan of O'Malley when he stepped up to fight Jan, and then when he fought Sterling, even though the Sterling fight was still a little bit, he had an entire year to get ready for Sterling, and Sterling was being active during that time. So even then it's Sean was most inspiring and most impressive when he was stepping up to the plate, and it's just kind of, I don't know, it's just kind of a lame way to go about doing things, in my opinion.
At this point, it's not looking like Kamaru Usman will receive the next welterweight title shot against Islam Makhachev. Usman now appears to be shifting his focus, as he called out Conor McGregor last night on X. He wrote Usman vs. McGregor 2026 with an eyes emoji. The post ended up getting 1.1 million views with 10,000 likes. Conor has been practically begging to return to the UFC and recently agreed with Ariel Helwani when Ariel said he believes Conor will return at International Fight Week. How do you guys think Conor vs. Usman would play out if it actually happened? Drop your opinions in the comments. Quick pause before we keep going. If you're watching Full Mount MMA, you're already locked into MMA news. But if you're betting on fights and still guessing, you don't need to. Homa Fight Picks is doing the work most people won't. Hours of tape study, match breakdowns, and line shopping for every single card. The Homa Fight Picks Discord went up over 130 units in 2025 alone, with a 3-year proven track record of profits. This isn't parlays for clicks, it's disciplined betting. They're letting Full Mount viewers check out the Discord for free this weekend. Just use the link in the bio to join the best betting Discord in combat sports for free. If you're already watching MMA every week, you might as well be betting it the smart way. Alright, back to the news. Dillon Danis donated to Max Holloway on stream last night, wanting to point down with him. Here's what Max had to say in response.
Dillon Danis said, Peanut, can we use the backyard of your trailer home with your mom's away so me and Max can do the point down? He's so scared of me and sends the UF. I don't know what that means.
I think that means that he wants to do the point down while he's naked. And yes, I am scared of you if you're doing that, brother. I'm good. I have a wife.
Max also apologized to fans for his loss to Charles Oliveira last night.
And the last fight, guys, I apologize to you guys, bro. It is what it is. It didn't go the way I wanted it to go. Hey, it was Charles' night. And that's all you gotta do, bro. Nothing but love and respect for him. We're gonna get it back, though.
Arman Tsarukyan is set to face Dillon Danis in a grappling match at Hype FC on April 8th. Before that, both of them are scheduled to compete at RAF 7 on March 28th. Arman will rematch Georgiopoulos, while Dillon is set to face Colby Covington. Jorge Masvidal reacted to Arman vs. Dillon, saying, "Hope Arman breaks that clown's face." Dillon fired back at Masvidal on his Instagram story. He wrote, "You've been offered multiple 7-figure paydays to fight me, but you ran away. I'd have my way with you. Keep running." Dillon then leaked DMs between the two. Jorge responded saying, "Don't message me, bitch. Going to kick your teeth in when I see you." Dillon replied, "I'm so scared. I'd toss you on your head and dance on it, you washed up bum."
And that's going to wrap it up for the news. Thanks for watching. For daily MMA news and content, subscribe to Full Mount MMA and click the bell icon to be notified when we post videos.
Here are the 3 top comments from last video. The first one's from Coach John. It says, "Dana quickly released all of the fights because of the backlash of the White House card." The second one's from Johnny Sip Drip. It says the Chimaev vs. Strickland press conference is going to be insane. And the final one's from Bromine35K. It says, "What the f is Khalil talking about? There was no beef. The height of it was Sean joking around saying he fights more Mexican than him."
Those were the 3 top comments from last video. If you want to be featured in the next one, all you have to do is comment down below. And if you missed yesterday's news, click the video on screen right now to get caught up.